That's right. It's back by popular demand, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Movie Menace Entertainment. And this is the third episode of MME Hot Takes. You guys have
Ooh,
been
that
demanding for another episode to come, so we are here with the third episode of MME Hot Takes. I am your host, DL, and I'm joined with me with the awesome panel here tonight. First of all, we have Blue Jay.
hello, what's up, everybody? Like the hat?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Also joining with us, we have Voltaire.
Hi and hello, hot takers.
Yes. And finally, we have Senior Nerd.
It's gonna get hot in her.
Absolutely.
Don't take off
So,
your clothes.
oh no! I'm not trying to get Max's channel demonetized again. But
Again.
we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But for those of you who are new, who don't know anything about this hot take show, so this is the show talk about all the most controversial opinions in the world of movies and shows. So here's how it's going to go. My three panelists are each going to have their time to give to the panel and to the audience their specific hot take on whatever it is in movies and shows. We're going to give them their time to speak on their hot take, and then all of us are going to react and debate that hot take and see if we agree with it or we vehemently disagree with it. So each of them are going to have their moment to give their hot take, and when everyone is giving their hot take, we're going to vote at the end to see which one is the best.
And a certain someone is here to redeem themselves. So,
Oh, you mean a certain individual right here that gave the one of the worst hot takes I've ever seen
who,
in
who are you talking
episode one.
about? Who are you talking about? You're talking about Voltaire in the down corner? I don't know who you're talking to. I
No,
didn't. I
no,
didn't
no,
do it.
no, oh, no. This is Voltaire's first appearance, my friend.
Oh, I didn't do anything. I mean, I'm I'm just a man, I'm just a bystander. I just heard all this rumor about someone had a hot take about Skates and Mouthfly being funny. I mean, I I, I heard about it a couple times. I don't know who is this Blue Jay character. Oh wait, this is it's right over here. So it's my name over here on the corner. So
Yeah, the
that is me. That is me.
alien.
So
You, that is you, my friend.
yeah,
But I'm
see ya.
yeah. We'll see if you can redeem yourself tonight. So before I let these gentlemen give their hot takes, I there was a suggestion that people wanted me to do since I'm opting myself out of the hot takes thing, because I just want to be the host mostly. But I will do a little warm up for everyone since there's a little take that's been on my mind ever since I finished this show not too long ago. And no, I'm not talking about Echo. We'll wait for that on Thursday when we'll have our Echo spoiler
I'll be
stream.
there. I'll be there.
Excellent, excellent. But I actually just finished What If season 2 because I need to get my thoughts out there before we start getting to Echo. The spoiler review will be out tomorrow, but man, I loved season 2 of What If, man. Like, if you guys have been following my channel, you guys know I've been very critical on the Marvel shows, but like What If was like one of the few shows that I've been really enjoying. And like I guess this is technically my little hot take to warm things up. Dude, I think What If season 2 is one of the best shows that Marvel's put out. I'm I'm not even joking. Like as far as them like as far as the whole these phases becoming like the multiverse saga, it feels like What If is executing the multiverse concepts the best and in the most coherent way and like in the most creative way possible. You know, it's like I don't know. I just feel like other than No Way Home, because No Way Home did it very, very good. But like as far as these other movies trying to put in this stuff with the multiverse, like it's just been falling flat for me, you know. But like, what if? Like I'm just seeing all these creative things that they're doing with different timelines and different storylines and character development that you aren't expecting from certain characters. They put it there, and it's like it's just very, very interesting. I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't watched it. If you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. First of all, it's very, very
I
enjoyable.
I agree. And what if is season two is great, and they're already making a third season. But what if it doesn't feel like they're like handcuffed to Kevin Feige? You know, we gotta connect all this, and that. Like, no, no, it's obviously telling different stories or whatever. And this makes me more excited for MCU going to animation since they got the X-Men '97 series, Spider-Man, was it freshman year, all the other animated stuff they got going on. Like, they're what if like season like what if it's like the first show, their first show. I can't wait to see what their other shows are going to be animation wise. Oh, and zombies too.
Zombies, yep, absolutely.
And Wakanda, there's a the Wakanda anime series.
Oh,
What about
really?
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's like a
Yeah.
prequel. Oh, it's a prequel. It's not T'Challa. It's I think it's father and then like past like Panthers. So they do the history of
Okay.
Wakanda.
Okay. Yeah.
And
That's
Ryan Coogler
definitely a watch.
And Ryan Coogler is producing it. So
Oh yeah. That's obviously going to be God tier.
I hope so, man. Hopefully, I mean, because after Wakanda Forever, I'm just like, I need something to lift my spirits a little bit.
Yeah, that's like different circumstances, but I think it's kind of like an understandable circumstance. But it's I still expect greatness coming from Kugler.
Hmm.
They could have done better with that movie, but whatever.
Yes, they certainly could have. But anyway, not about Wakanda Forever. We're here to talk about some hot takes. So let's see. Who shall go first? Let's go with Senior Nerd. Let's go with
oh
you first.
Oh,
Yes.
oh
thank you. Don't put me on
all
blast
right.
on first right now.
Oh yeah, but you'll be second. Uh, but so I'm going to put you on. I'm going to put you on full screen, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to say this is MME hot takes, and then you proceed to give your hot takes because I'm going to clip you guys out individually after the stream is over. So that's how it's going to go. So
Okay.
let me put you on individual solo screen, and you may begin when you are ready, sir.
Hello, I am Senior Nerd, and this is my hot take. I wrote down this cell phone. It was a massively bad idea for Warner Brothers to hire Zack Snyder to run the DCU. That's right. While I'm in fact a Zack Snyder fan, but nowhere near the obsessive kind, that's for fucking sure. Zack Snyder is in fact a very much creative director, but Zack Snyder has never shown he has the capabilities to run a franchise. You look at Zack Snyder's past films before Man of Steel, and there's no freaking way you, as a film studio, can say, well, yes, this man can absolutely help DC movies overtake Marvel in the box office. It should have been done by a well-established, well-respected movie producer to overtake the entire DC movie universe, and now a director who is known for one tone, dark and edgy. DC was never dark and edgy because that's freaking Batman, The Killing Joke, Dark Knight Returns, The Long Halloween. And I love Man of Steel. Don't get me wrong. I love Man of Steel. Till this day, I defended the movie and Zack Snyder's creative choices for the character. However, the tone should not be the overall tone, the blanket tone for each of the characters in the DCEU, unless it's deal with Batman. And because of this bad decision, yes, I call it a bad decision, Warner Brothers felt it hard. With Chris' response for the first three films, Man of Steel, BVS, and the Suicide Squad, the fan backlash, and of course, the disappointing box office. Until, of course, Wonder Woman with Patty Jenkins and James Wan with Aquaman Wonder Woman won back the fans and the critics, and Aquaman makes massive amount of money. But unfortunately, though, the damages were done and beyond repair. So here we are, heading to 2025, Superman Legacy, with a clean slate, a brand spanking new DC Cinematic Universe, hopefully much more thought out and planned, and with the right tone, not dark and edgy. And this new universe will be spearheaded by two guys who knows the business better. Pierre Safran and James Gunn. That's my hot take.
Nice. So if you were talking to me back in 2021, I would vehemently disagree with you. Vehemently. Because we're coming right off of the Snyder Cut being released. However, I actually agree with you. I don't have too much to I honestly don't have too much to fight against that, because seeing that, I've talked about this before, seeing other filmmakers get their hands on DC characters and seeing how there's different tones that we're able to see with these characters that work really well. For example, with James Wan with Aquaman, and David F. Sandberg with Shazam, to an extent Patty Jenkins with Wonder Woman. I don't want everything to be dark and gritty. I don't want everything to feel the same. You're absolutely right. I've said for the longest time that a perfect cinematic universe should have different tones and appeal to different demographics. And I'm hoping that's what James Gunn's DCU will do. Now I'm with you. I love Man of Steel. It is my favorite Superman movie, and I will always defend it. But the whole thing with BVS and the Snyder Cut, it did feel rushed. It really did feel rushed, and it's hard to really build on a foundation that's been rocky from the start. So.
Yeah, it just felt, if you look at Zack Snyder filmography, you look at his past, Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen, Owl's Who and Sucker Punch before Man of Steel. No way he could do one character. Think about it this way. Jon Favreau did Iron Man. That set the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That became the biggest universe of the entire film industry. No matter what they want to say, it brought people into theaters, and started with Jon Favreau directing it, but he didn't run it. The Marvel universe. It was, of course, Kevin Feige, who has been producer other films for years. He was, of course, there in the first X-Men movie. He was a mentor. He was a protege for Richard Donner. Him and Jeff Johns. They work under Richard Donner, who, of course, directed the first Superman movie. Superman movie. So he was like formed. He was clay to make. He absorbed and sponged all his experience directing these. He directed Superman. He made Superman movies like the first two X-Men, and bad ones like Daredevil and Elektra. And I think he also Ghost Rider. But he learns those mistakes, and that set him up for, of course, with 2008 Iron Man. So since then, it become a massive hit. We don't see that with Zack Snyder. He should have done just stick with Superman, and then let other directors do their stuff. Ben Affleck, what you would do with Batman? What you would do with Batman? James Wonder Woman. James Wan with Aquaman. I mean, there was how many directors? The first director that was hired for The Flash. Let them do their thing. they have a producer who know the business more than Zach, who knows that each movie has tone and creativeness from the directors to help make the films better. Otherwise, you got what? Otherwise, then after BVS, the massive disappointment, then Warner Brothers got all hectic, and that's why we got the 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 crap going on with Justice League. They took the movie away from Snyder and give it to Whedon, and then they were like, we'll just do whatever we want now and then. But the damage was done. Yes, Wonder Woman was a hit with critics, and Aquaman make $1 billion. But the damage was done, like I said. So we need a reboot. And even though the last few DC movies with that started with because of Black Adam, The Flash, we had to start over again.
Yeah. I did like Blue Beetle though. Blue Beetle was good.
I did like Blue Beetle, but that was not in the DCU. That's like in a set otherwise. But we'll probably know later.
Yeah. Honestly, I know people have like debated me on this, and I'm sure like when the DCU fully gets on and running, they're going to explain it. But it honestly feels like James Gunn's Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and Blue Beetle could be in the DCU.
Yes.
That's probably the only three, since they are continuing with those characters for the most part. You guys have Voltaire, Blue Jay. You have anything to add? Anything to say about his hot take?
He's right. And yeah, he's right. I mean, I like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. That movie's awesome. Um, I do think that when it comes to BVS and stuff, like I'm not the biggest. I'm not that crazy for BVS because mostly, like, it's just a. I don't like. Here's the thing. I don't mind movies being dark. It's just you have to make it entertaining. I don't find it BVS to be that. I mean, it has entertaining moments, but it wasn't like throughout. Like it gets. Um, the movie is very. I mean, it's visually stunning, but it's very drab. It's very brown. It's very just muted and stuff, and just parts of it just the choices are just a little questionable. Like Jimmy Olsen dying. I just can't get over that.
Yeah.
And then but I like the Snyder cut. There's that, but Zack Snyder has one style. He doesn't necessarily he doesn't have to switch it up, but most of his movies just kind of feel like I don't know what the word you could describe it like, kind of feel
Like Zack
flat.
Snyder films, like you know what you're watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you know what you're gonna get, but I don't think he's like a right choice to run a whole universe. I think James Gunn and Peter Safran are like the perfect choice. I feel, and Superman Legacy. I'm excited for that. I mean, even though I liked the movies, I guess post Justice League. I mean, I like most of them. Couple movies I don't like Wonder Woman 84, Birds of Prey. I was not a big fan of, but for the most part, I enjoyed the remaining DCEU movies. Um, but yeah, I really agree I really agree with what you said, Sierra. If I had to rate your hot takes, hot sauce wise, if I had to rate your hot takes, you're you're more like a. I mean, for most people it's kind of hot, but you're more like a green chili hot sauce.
Oh, I get feeling.
Yeah, from Hell's
Put that on my
Kitchen.
soup.
Yeah.
He's even got
Um.
the sauce ready to go.
He has a
Yeah.
sauce ready.
Oh yeah, I got some of the hot sauce right beside me. So yeah, prepare for some.
He's
You know
like he
some.
lining up like the for like least hottest to hottest like hot ones. Like
Right.
yeah. Which one is the bomb? Which one is you consider is the bomb of the choice?
Um. I guess that the toss up between Raging Inferno,
Okay.
habanero hot sauce, or the Blaze garlic hot sauce. I never
Okay.
tried this, so I know it's
Oh,
hot.
Okay.
To
wait.
wait and see.
Well, good job, senior nerd. That's a nice hot take we got here.
Yes.
All right. So next, let us go to Blue Jay. Let's see if he can redeem himself from his last one. So you know the drill, sir. Put you on solo screen, and you can start when you are ready.
Hello, everybody. This is Blue Jay. This is Enemy Hot Takes. You probably remember in the first episode that I first appeared, that I did a hot take saying this Gets It Muff Lap is funny. I know everybody despised me. I can't say it with a straight face. I know everybody was looking at me very funny when I said that. I was an outcast. I was looked down upon by society. But I was given a different chance by God, aka DL, to be on this episode to give my hot take. But don't worry, it is not going to be very uh hot, like a pile of shit hot, like when you ate so much hot sauce and you shit on the toilet. It's going to be like a raging inferno, so blowing up the
What
entire
the
house
hell,
and stuff.
man?
So
Oh
my
god.
hot take would be it kind of hot. I mean, I don't know anybody else in here is going to agree with me with this, but it's going to be, I guess, quote unquote logical, to say at least. So
Logical take. Here we go.
logical. All right. I don't know if the DL agrees with me, but we'll see. I don't want to lose friendships over hot takes. Okay. I feel I feel that Skids and Muffler should have been darker in the mood. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What's
I'm
wrong
kidding.
with you?
I am kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Don't
just.
make me regret this.
I am kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
think you
All right.
should.
No, no, no. I don't want to lose friends over Skits and Mufflap. So, okay. So, my hot take is that whenever I see because I love animation as much as the next person. I go on Twitter, on these animation circles on Twitter, and then you often see a bunch of discussions about animation wars, animation studios wars, like, oh, which studio is better, this Disney or DreamWorks or Pixar and all that stuff. I'm sick of it. I think we need to stop, like propelling or like comparing each studio, which one is better or not. Because look, because let's be honest, no studio is perfect. That's my hot take. No studio is perfect. Because, like, here's the thing, whenever you hear like, like, let's go to Pixar. We love Pixar. You love Pixar, DL, right?
Yes, yes.
See, Nerd loves Pixar. Voltaire likes Pixar movies.
Yeah, I
We
like
love
this stuff.
Pixar.
I don't know. Voltaire doesn't like animated films.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So yeah, Pixar movies are great, but yes, they're hold up to this higher standard. They're like the standard comes to animation. But whenever Pixar releases a movie that's like not as great, or not like up to the same qualities as like a Toy Story or a Finding Nemo or Incredibles, people lose their shit. People be like, "Oh my god, this movie's an abomination. This is like the worst thing I've ever seen." It's like for example, Lightyear. When Lightyear came out, everybody was shit on Lightyear. Now, look, you may not like Lightyear. That's great. That's fine. But everybody keeps. There's this one dude I follow on Twitter. Every single post, he just does a tiny riff on Lightyear, talks about Lightyear, and it's like, dude, I get it. Lightyear is not your favorite movie. Calm the hell down. That's like most people on Twitter. And then you also it's not the same thing. We'll go reverse. DreamWorks. DreamWorks puts out Puss in Boots 2, A Last Wish. People were like loving it all together. And then whenever you hear someone that you don't like, or you don't like it, whatever, people lose their shit over it. And then whenever DreamWorks puts out a movie, that is not as good as Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like Ruby Gillman or Trolls 3, people lose their shit on that too. I'm like, dude, you know DreamWorks had like a whole slew of other movies that not many people like, right? Pixar does even some Pixar movies that I necessarily not a big fan of too. Like, come on now. It's just I think as we as fans hold like a high like too much of a high standard when it comes to like some movies. And I mean I know all movies do this too. Like Marvel does this, DC does this. I'm talking more like my experience with animation, in the animation circle. So even freaking Disney puts out Encanto and Frozen, and then he puts out movies like Strange World and Wish, and then people would just talk and just like saying it's the worst thing in the world. Like, bro, Home on a Range exists.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah,
Chicken
I haven't
Little.
seen them. Oh, Chicken Little,
Chicken
like
Little.
Chicken Little, like the sky is falling. Like literally, they're literally everybody turns to Chicken Little saying the sky is falling. Whenever a studio releases a movie that's not on the same qualities, it's just studios. Like here's the thing, not every studio is perfect. They can put out a movie that's not as good. That's just how the cycle goes, I guess. If you ask me, it's just remember Sony. Remember people just don't like. Remember people hated Sony Pictures Animation. They put out crappy movie. Well, some movies are not like not very good until they put out Spider Verse, and all of a sudden people think they're the greatest studios of all time. No, they have other. They put out Smurfs, Emoji Movie. Remember the Emoji Movie, everybody?
Oh God, God, no.
I
Yeah,
believe that
yeah. I
the
keep
movie
I
existed.
I keep reminding people that that Sony, and look, I don't want to keep bringing up like bad movies from the past, but still, we kind of I guess you even know what I'm trying to come across. I'm kind of stumbling my words a little bit. Like if you get what I'm coming from is that we kind of have this weird like attachment to a studio that puts out great movies, mostly great movies, but then if they put out a movie that's not very good, we kind of just lose our shit over it. That's just coming from that's not everybody, that's just the people that I kind of view, It's not really a healthy way to look at movies if you ask me. So, what do you think, Dio?
Okay, so I'm very conflicted with your hot take. Um, Definitely a lot better than the Mud Flats and Skids one. Good job.
See, there you go.
You
There you
redeemed
go. Just
yourself. You
we're
redeemed
making
yourself.
progress here, folks.
Yes, but I'm very conflicted because you are right. We shouldn't we shouldn't go into an animated film expecting every movie to be like great. You're absolutely right because there's different animated movies that appeal to different demographics. But for me personally, and I personally put animated films at a higher standard because I appreciate the art form, and I feel, and you already know this, um, when it comes to animated films, they're seen as second class citizens, and
Yeah.
a lot of the times, there are animated films that I think are better than the majority of live action films that are released that year, and it doesn't get enough recognition. And my issue is if we don't um, set animated films to a certain standard, they're always going to be looked at as kids movies, you know. And you brought up Pixar for example. Pixar doesn't just make kiddie movies. They make they make adult films that are family friendly. They appeal to everybody. They're family films, I guess. But they make movies that kids can enjoy and adults can enjoy, teenagers can enjoy. They those are like one of the few examples where I feel like that those type of movies can transcend the media that they are. So
Yeah.
now, don't get me wrong. There are some animated films that that appeal to more to a younger audience that I do enjoy. I'm not expecting every movie to be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles appeals to a different demographic than Across the Spider-Verse. But still, even if they are being appealing to a younger audience, they still should be able to tell good stories at the same time. Now I know everybody's gonna look at me being a hypocrite because I said I really enjoyed Super Mario Brothers, and I do. Um,
Yeah. It, well, yeah, it's like whenever I hear people like whenever I hear somebody review a movie and they say like, "Oh, they're not trying." That doesn't mean like you can't say they're not trying. You have to look at it like when you look at a movie that you don't like, you can see that people are trying. Like the animators working behind the scenes, they're trying, Yeah. Even though like the let's see. I'm not the biggest fan of trolls, but their animation is really colorful. It's bright and colorful. It appeals to a different demographic. Whenever I see animated films with good animation, at least they're trying. The director is trying. They're even the writer is trying. Like, they're pulling cliches and stuff like that. But at the very least, there's people that are trying with making a movie that that there's movies that you don't even like, or movies that I love, and it's just how making movies basically is. There are people who are trying to make a good product.
and I really get mad at stuff like well, you brought up some really bad examples like Home on the Range and the Emoji Movie, and you guys know I don't like the Cars films and all that other stuff. It's like it
Look,
it when you see the
hold on, you
track
go
record.
ahead.
Yeah, when you see the track record that Disney has, like when we go back to stuff like the Disney Renaissance and stuff like that, and when Pixar was in its golden era, right? And then these pieces of crap come out in between. It leaves a stain on their track record, on their legacy. Now it's okay if you like stuff like Home on the Range and Cars. Everyone keeps telling me how much they like Cars, and it's like that's fine. If you like it, that's fine.
That's
But just
me.
like it's so strange that like it's like you had such a great track record here, like you were up here, and then Cars comes out. It's like what happened? Like what
like
happened?
here's the thing, it's not like I said, it's not just animation studios, it's also like Marvel, DC, and stuff. Like Marvel puts out, Marvel has great movies in the past, and they also puts out movies that not many people like, but they're gonna like studios have their little phase and stuff where they like put out like solid movies every so now and then, but they are not so good as their previous works. But then they'll eventually get back into their game. Disney is like that twice now. The Disney Renaissance, and then they did their little revival era with Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, and stuff like that. And then I know people don't like Strange World. I mean, I thought Wish was solid. It's not like a masterpiece or anything. It was solid. I mean, it wasn't bad. I don't think. I mean, I know you look at me like, are you sure about that? I mean, no. Hell, even the animation, at least they're trying. At least they're trying. I know it's gonna be 2D at the time, but at least the animation that they were trying to do with the kind of doing the whole stylized stuff, like taking from Spider Verse and Mutant Mayhem and stuff. At least they're dipping their toe into experimentation. They think they're gonna be there. So I'm confident. So I'm a little bit in that optimistic range where studios have their little slump phase and they get back to their rising phase. So they're not gonna like shut down or whatever these stupid people I just look on Twitter on the animation circle. They just said a bunch of hyperbole to me, to be honest.
Yeah, and then with DreamWorks, like for a while, for people thought that DreamWorks was going to compete with Disney, like with its earlier films like Prince of Egypt and Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your
And they
Dragon, stuff like that.
well they did they did they put out movies and they still well box office and critical wise, and you have movies like Shark
That
Tale.
gosh, Shark Tale, Home, Boss Baby, uh
Boss.
like what is going on? Like I mean, yes,
Mm.
you had Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, which was great, but just like there was like a just a track record of just like these weird kiddie-ish movies, and you brought up Trolls too, which I know people like Trolls, but like it's just like you guys, once again, you guys were up here, and now you're just like what is going on? Like you're
like
peeling.
like I understand. We need to like But there's people behind the scenes that do their own little different things. It appeals to to like a certain demographic. People behind the scenes, and you get someone like the dude that did Puss in Boots too. Remember, he did Cruise too. The what the?
That blows my mind. That really blows my mind. Like,
Did you see that?
yeah. Oh, see.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
More
I
features
did
from
not.
your webcam. Look at that.
What is
But do you,
so?
You look
you have
very sharp.
Microsoft? But you have Microsoft?
No, I'm so sorry if I derailed this stream. It kind of just
Yeah. No,
this
that's
camera blew my mind.
Very
what?
interesting.
What? Oh, is that so? Do you have Microsoft? What is it?
No,
Windows?
it's a Logitech camera. I don't know, like doing this
Oh,
stuff
it's
like
Logitech.
Oh, you can
just
still do.
blows my mind.
Oh,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell? Hey,
Not
put two
in
thumbs
mine
up.
now.
Put two thumbs up at the same time. See what happens.
Two thumbs up. Two thumbs. Oh no!
See,
Fireworks!
okay.
Fireworks! Yeah.
This is-
Okay, there's a
Ah,
camera. Okay,
let's
so I
just go
saw
back.
this. Okay, so
Go back.
I watched
Anyway.
this. Yeah, anyway, I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
uh,
Just go. But just like all in all, just I don't want to draw on this out too long. All I'm saying is, I think like we can root for an animation studio. Like that's not like I'm not saying you can't root for an animation studio. I just don't get too don't get too passionate. Even know what I'm saying. Like you can be passionate, but don't get too overly passionate where it kind of just clouds your judgment. That's just how I see it.
I know. It's just, and I really try to keep that in mind. But it's like it's really hard to. It's really hard to like be lenient on that when they have set such a great standard in the past. And it's like you could continue to be on that level, but I don't know. It really just depends what type of movie they're making.
Yeah, and
Um,
also I'm like that too. So don't say that I'm like oh I'm better than you. No, I'm like
no,
that too
no. It's
sometimes.
like I said, all film
Everybody's
is
like that.
subjective. All film is subjective. Like what people think is great, other people may not like it that much, and vice versa. But I'll tell you one studio that I don't think has reached their high yet. Like yeah, a couple of movies that are good, fine, but like for the most part, this Illumination, man. God, I cannot stand Illumination. They got lucky with Super Mario. They got lucky with Super Mario, but everything
Yeah,
else, I'm like, and I like Sing, but other than
Sing is
that,
their best film. I think it's their best film.
yeah, man, they need to get their act together. Like it's so repetitive what they're doing with Illumination, with Despicable Me and the Minions, and what they were trying to do with the Dr. Seuss films. I'm like, what is going on over
Well,
there?
good news is that they are gonna be doing something different. They hired a guy that's gonna be making like Illumination movies that are more mature. So they have a guy working under Illumination to make more mature movies. So they want to change. So yeah, I mean just because like they're using like stuff like minions and stuff as like a money printer basically, but they are willing to change. So I think if Sony can change from emoji to Spider Verse, I think Illumination will do the same thing.
I hope they get that glow
I'm
up.
I'm
I hope
hoping.
they do. Yes, unfortunately, Isaac, no, I did not like. I mean, okay, I'll give you this. The first Cars is okay. It is okay, but I do not think it's on the same level as stuff like Toy Story or Incredibles or Monsters Inc. It's okay. I understand why people like the first one. It's a charming little film. It's harmless. Two and three though, I can't. I just can't.
yeah, it was rough.
No. Is three better than two? Yes, but that's comparing shit to a booger. But
Actually, I like three. Yeah, three is the
that's
best of the trilogy.
you think it's the best of the trilogy?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he's trolling you.
I'm a race car head, so
Hot take, hot take, we got another hot take, hot take, hot take, hot take.
so a hot take within a hot take. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
There
what
you
you
I
meant.
think I just
That's
did
what
that.
that's
Did
for.
that on accident.
That's Inception.
Ah,
Inception.
it's hot takeception.
Nice. All right.
All right then. Last but not least, we have Voltaire. Oh, strap in, people. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're ready. I don't know if you're ready for this hot take. All right, Voltaire. You know the drill. I'm going to put you on solo screen, and you may begin when you are ready.
Hi and hello, everybody. This is Voltaire, and I think Across the Spider Verse is overrated.
Oh, God.
So, first of all, I want to say I
hurt.
love the first film, so I think that's part of the problem. I wasn't familiar with the comics, and I wasn't familiar with Miles Morales. I knew the character, but I hadn't read the comics. I didn't know much about him. But that movie introduced him, and he was super duper likable. He was charming, and you liked the character. You were rooting for him, and it was interesting. And the movie was obviously quite really fantastic. This movie, they made him unlikable to me. They made him somewhat whiny. They made him
What?
he's got problems with his parents. He's sad about his girlfriend. He's always just moping around. Anytime he's not in the costume, he's boring. All right, and he's annoying, and he's like, I don't know what it is. He's emo in a way. All right, like the first half of the movie. How much of that movie is him and his parents? And it's like exposition that is going nowhere and just flat out boring. I get it. They want to set up that he's close with his family and every teenager has some problems with their parents and all that kind of thing. But they drag that on, man. How many shots of him looking lovelorn, waiting on Gwen and stuff? It was too much for me at that. Like I don't want to say I was going to give up on the movie, but those scenes, some of the scenes with his mother especially, were just like, oh God. Like I wanted to fast forward type of thing. All right. That's a problem. I'm sorry.
I'm dying.
It made me dislike him in a way. All right. Next, the plot. All right. There's a lot of good things they did with the multiverse. Okay. There's a lot of good things they did with the multiverse. The different Spider-Mans at the different places and all that. That's nice. The different animation styles, sort of that. All that's very nice. Okay. But if I'm understanding the plot correctly, these canon events have to happen, or else the world just gets destroyed. Right? If I'm understanding that correctly.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Here's the thing. So every Spider-Man knows this except for Miles. And he's the only one who seems to have a problem with it. His mentor, Peter Parker, didn't tell him about it, right? Nobody lets him in on it. Just seems silly to me. Number two, so if that's true, is Miles Morales a jerk? Because he's like, forget it, let the world destroy. I'm not going to let these canon events happen. So what is it? Which is it? You know what I mean? I saw where they were trying to go with it. It just clashed too much for me, and the build-up for it just wasn't quite right. And then this is a minor thing. I'm not going to complain because the sequence with him running away from all the spider people. I'm not. This is barely a complaint. The sequence with him running from all the spider people was really cool. It was a big part of the movie, and it was fun, but it was stupid. I mean, these spider people have stuff in common, and presumably a lot of them are pretty intelligent, and they've been Spider-Man much longer than Miles Morales has. But he takes out how many of them, basically? What if 1,000 of them? So I thought they pushed that a little too much, but that's basically it. The biggest problem I had with the movie is they made Miles into a bit of a... They took a very likable character and made him a whiny you-know-what. And that's it.
What the hell is even that?
What happened to Blue John?
Okay.
Your hot take. It's a raging inferno. This movie.
Hi, I even told you.
We got a hot take, everybody. We got a hot take. We got a hot take. We got a hot take.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, I don't know where to begin either. Jesus Christ. Well, all right. Well, let me see, what do I start with? Okay. So you think they made Miles Morales unlikable in this? They made him a brat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a brat, just emo, whiny type of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess, but it's like the typical teenage adolescent. It's nothing. I mean, it's nothing that we haven't already seen in the first movie, right? Um, and then they made as far as him being the only one not knowing about the Spider Society and stuff like that. Well, yes, because they made a point in the film that he originally wasn't even supposed to be Spider Man.
Mhm.
So that's probably why they initially didn't want him to be part of the society because they see him as an outlier, and they see him like more as like he'll probably be the most resistant out of them. Now, I will give you this. I will give you this though. With all the different versions of Spider-Man, thinking about it more critically, because somebody else brought this up when I reviewed it on my channel, that with all the different versions of Spider-Man that we see, it does feel a little bit far-fetched that none of the other Spider-Mans like had a problem with this, like
No.
or didn't try to combat Miguel on what they're doing, So I'll give you that. Yes, like Spectacular Spider-Man could have said something. Spider-Man PS5 probably could have said something, but like I don't know. I've said this before that like there are liberties that they take with characters' motivations. That's not necessarily something to do with C for the comics, but like I was able to go along with it because of the story that they are telling us. Because it is, I still think what they're telling is it for the most part it makes sense in the world that they are creating. Um, so
Again,
man,
that's not my biggest problem. You're ignoring my biggest problem. The first act of the movie.
I'm trying to address one thing at a time. But
Right.
He's getting into it. Relax.
yeah, but your biggest problem is say it again.
First act, the first part of the movie with his parents was too much. It was just dragging on too much. I mean, they need some of that, but they kind of was just scenes of them blabbing like a soap opera. I would have rather them put in more scenes where he's just stopping crimes randomly on the way home from school or something.
Well, that's one of the things I really like about these Spider-Verse movies because, at least in my opinion, I think they had a good balance of seeing Miles Morales do his everyday thing with crime fighting and also getting the moments with his family and friends because I think that's most important. That's what really makes Spider-Man is his relationship with the people that he's closest with. So I think those things are essential. Um, you know, like I really like the just the downtime that he has with his parents and like him trying to and this is the thing that this is the thing that we know of Spider-Man, him trying to balance his life, him trying to him trying to get through school and like try to have a social life, but him fighting crime is getting in the way. That's Spider-Man. That's the stuff that he deals.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I feel like, and here's oh my goodness, I have another hot take for y'all, because I've talked about in the past that
Oh no.
I have some issues with Spider-Man 2, and I feel like that type of stuff I think is way more heavy-handed in Spider-Man 2 than what they do with Across the Spider-Verse as far as seeing he's him trying to balance out his life and him struggling. They laid it on way too thick in that movie, but I think this one had the right amount, at least in my opinion. That's why I say that the Spider-Verse movies are the best Spider-Man films ever made because they truly understand to the core what Spider-Man is.
Yes.
So
Again, everybody, I like the film. These were just my issue. I still think it was overrated. You don't think that rooftop barbecue scene just went on forever? Like his mother and him, and God, it just dragged, man.
it went longer than I expected, yes, but I didn't think it would dragged. Like I wasn't like, okay, can we please move on? Like no, because once again, I'm invested in all the characters, and I think that's what makes for a great comic book film. That you're able to be invested in the like the stuff when he's just being a regular person, just as much as he is with the being a crime fighter. You know, so at least in my opinion, it didn't bother me. I don't know. But did it bother you guys, Blue Jay, CJ Nerd?
God, no, it didn't.
If you see this background,
What?
Nice. Nice.
okay. So in all seriousness,
Is that Spider's
Um,
future?
so I I get what you're saying. You see my hand shaking because I'm trying to keep my composure.
I
I
appreciate you holding back, Blue Jay.
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know about Miles being a brat. I was just like, I
I
mean,
use the word brat.
the
Yeah, I'll
dude's
use the word
15.
brat. I
yeah,
meant like,
I was paraphrasing what he was saying.
What? No, no, because dude's like, dude's a kid. So I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess I get what you're coming from, but that's just how Miles is. He's young. He don't know any better. I mean, he knows better. I mean, he's freaking Spider-Man. He got responsibility, but I I don't. I mean, I get what you're kind of saying about the whole. Wait, what's it? The Spider Society thing, where like, so every Spider-Man has to go along with the whole canon event thing. Like, you can't let Uncle Ben survive, or Captain Stacy surviving and stuff like that. So, I mean, sure, I'll give you that, but Cross Spider Verse is freaking goated.
It's like,
I really got nothing else to really. I don't know. I
uh,
guess. I
If
guess
you're
it's just part. I guess my problem is that it's a part one of a. I have to wait for Beyond the Spider Verse.
yeah,
That's just my.
2 years.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's the other thing that people were complaining about is that I don't even know. I don't know if you had an issue with the two Voltaire is that like it doesn't feel like a complete story. It does feel like a part one. Um, which I'm even just debating. Should we even continue the part one, part two strategy for films anymore? Because people seem to be just more split on it. I don't
I
know.
like it, but with this series, I mean, they better not rush it because again, there's a lot to like with this film. It was delayed forever, but good. They were taking their time with it. If they try to rush out this other part, you know what I mean? They'll fail. I feel like.
I
I
don't think
I
they'll rush
I
it.
hope not. I hope
Yeah.
not. I mean, do you like Spider Verse has Across Spider Verse has like here's the thing. I don't think I told DL this during when Spider Verse came out. The first movie had 140 animators. Across Spider Verse has 1,000, a freaking 1,000, and the movie cost $100 million. They took their sweet time to get.
Mm,
No, I think it cost 100 to 150. They took their sweet time to get that off the ground. I
yeah.
mean, working conditions didn't really help all that much, but
No, I didn't.
well, it didn't really help. But you can tell that all you can tell that 1,000 people did this movie, and then they're gonna do the same thing with Beyond the Spider Verse. So I'm gonna let them take their sweet time to
Yeah.
cook greatness. I don't want to see no cold shit around it.
Nope. Don't want to see nothing in the microwave. Just be like, here you go. No, they ain't gonna do that.
I don't want to see
Again,
no
sorry, I
ham in
want to
there.
clarify quick. When I say it's overrated figure drawing, I mean it's a very good movie. I just don't think it was as great as everybody was making out to be. That's all. That's why I use the term overrated because I can't say it's bad because there's so much of the movie I liked. I just had my issues with it. That's all.
Yeah,
That's it.
overrated doesn't mean bad. Like there's movies I do find overrated, so but that doesn't mean I don't like it. Like
Yeah.
I still like it, but it's not I don't like it as much as other people. So I think people
Exactly.
we need to tell people that is that overrated doesn't mean bad.
Right. I
Exactly.
wanted Miles. He's a teenage kid with superpowers. I want him to have a little more swagger. I don't know how to put it.
You don't think
That's what
Miles has some swagger?
he's crying about his girlfriend. He's crying about his mom. You know, he's just too much.
You see him? He ate empanadas while he was fighting the spy in the bodega. That's swag.
Yeah. I wanted more of that. You know, I feel like you put a 15, 16-year-old kid, and he's got these powers. It'd be hard to make that kid get depressed the same as a regular teenager.
Well, okay, wait,
Well,
but that's Spider-Man. But that's Spider-Man.
that's
Peter
what makes him
Parker.
relatable. He's a dork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Parker
it. If you look, okay, Peter Parker's personality and Spider-Man's personality are vastly different. Spider-Man, he's wisecracking to the villains while they try to kill him, and he's and he's super strong, uses strength. While Peter Parker is this nerd that gets picked on at school, and that's what they do here with Miles
Might not
Morales.
be spider powers though. He
And
changed a
even
little bit.
and even then, I don't think Miles Morales is the same type of dorky that Peter is. Like I still
No.
think Miles has more charisma than Peter. But
Well,
like
yeah, he was charismatic. I think you could say that he was missing Gwen, but yeah, of course, because he had a great time with Gwen in the first movie, and he wants to see her again. You know,
uh,
yeah, he felt that attraction, that connection with Gwen in the first movie, and she just left, and she wants to see her again. He doesn't know when because they're in different. She's in a different universe.
facts.
Oh wow!
Miles has
Yes,
swagger.
it is.
Miles has swagger just from the albums alone. From listening to
Yeah.
Sunflower.
Yeah, seriously, he has some good taste. But also one last thing, Walter, before we start getting to voting. If there was any like downtime that I thought you were going to complain about, I thought you would have a problem with all the Gwen stuff because there was a lot of downtime with that as well. Like, did you have a problem with that as well, or you were like, oh, it's not as bad as the Miles stuff with his parents?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. You know what? I had low expectations for the Gwen stuff, so I kind of expected it to be boring, but I just didn't expect that much from the Miles stuff. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Wow!
I don't want to see him
Boring?
with his parents, man. I don't want to see that.
No,
man.
I want some with his parent. I like his dad a lot. I like the character, and I like his mom. I like the dynamic of the family. It was done very well in the first film. I just felt it just became too Young and the Restless soap opera novella stuff, man. Like God, emotional damage, that kind of.
Emotional.
I will say that his the point about why the other Spider-Man does have a problem about what they're going to do with Miles. We see in the movie where Gwen has formed her Spider team. That do believe that it's um, Spider-Man 2099 was wrong about Miles. I believe we'll see that more in Beyond, where other Spider-Man backs up Miles and defines Miguel. I'm pretty sure we see that more realize like, yeah, this is not. We should not do this for Spider-Man. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to help people. We're supposed to be heroes, not villains. So they'll come to the realization. That's why yeah. But that's because you think about it, yeah. But they could come to the realization by the third movie. I believe.
And I like some of the cutesy stuff. That Spider baby, Peter Parker's baby, with this, that was fantastic. Which could have been kind of cutesy, like too much, like ugh, like. But it was hilarious. It was good. There's a lot of good to the movie,
Okay, like Luigi did the thing of like say bad things about a good movie. So if we could done this, because I love this movie a lot. Probably complain I will say about this movie because I love it. It's one of my favorite anime movies, superhero movies of all time. I cannot stand what the fuck Spider-Punk was saying half the time.
Oh, yeah. I think at the
Yeah.
time it's the audio issue. Like I think they were having audio problems when like the music was kind of overdrawing everything. I don't even know what the hell Spider-Punk was saying. All I heard was I think one of the lines the first one he took off his mask, be like, "I look cooler in a mask." I was cool all the time. And then the other,
Yeah.
and then the others line when Mayday crapped on herself, she's like, crap it on the establishment. I salute you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's yeah.
See, I didn't
All
want to
that-
bring this up, okay? But you guys brought it up. I didn't want to bring this up. This is one of my problems with Miles. And again, everybody, the word overrated. This is a hot take show. Okay, yes, it's great. It's good, not great. All right. The other problem I had, they cuck Miles a little bit in this movie, man. His girlfriend sleeping at that guy's house. I mean, come on. This sort of stuff bothers me. He's the hero.
Look, I thought
Well, they're not
stuff with,
together. First of all,
I
that's
thought
not a
that stuff.
girlfriend. They're not. They're not
Yeah, they
necessarily
weren't
together.
No, I thought that stuff was fun. I thought the stuff was funny when Gwen says, "Yeah, I crashed in his universe." Miles stopped running. He's like, "Oh, does that mean you spent a night in it? spent the night or something?" The way he stopped running, he's like, he looked shocked in his face.
Oh,
Yeah. Man, Gwen and Miles are gonna get together in Beyond. I believe it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
obviously.
It's gonna happen.
or no. I was gonna say. No. But anyways, yeah, that's the only thing. Hubie Brown, right? That's his name.
I think.
Oh, whatever. I didn't say what the hell he was saying half the time. I know Daniel Cool. He's from. If you watch the interview, he was very excited when they approached him and say, "Okay, so this Cyberpunk he's gonna talk like this because he's from that part of London.
Okay.
He grew up that part. He grew up that part of the UK, and he grew up speaking like that. So he's very excited to do it because since he went to become an actor, he has to change his voice, his dialect a bit so people can understand him when he does scenes. But here he felt like he felt so refreshed and just revealed his childhood voicing Spider-Punk. But yeah, I didn't say what the hell he was saying.
I love that
Sound like-
part of the movie. I
sound like
loved
that
him.
mushmouth.
I loved the India Spider-Man. I loved all that stuff. That stuff was all great.
Yep. All right. Good job, everyone. Excellent hot takes. Now I'm going to leave it to the chat. Comment. Which hot take was your favorite? Was Blue Jay the best? Was Senior Nerd the best? Or was Voltaire the best? Comment which one is the best. We're going to tally the votes and we will declare the winner of hot takes for this episode.
So yeah, if I let's see, what would you? I don't know. I mean, I wish I could show. I wonder if I could show you the hot sauce if you want to rate the hot takes.
Yeah, which hot sauce is Voltaire?
Okay. Well, I already kind of did it early. Yours is still a Raging Inferno. Well, yours still a little raging. Well, actually, no. That's a little bit insulting. So, let's see. Hold on. Let me put the camera up real quick. That's a little insulting. So, since your point though, you're downgraded to a Blaze. You're still a Blaze. It's the, if I can
Blaze.
get the camera up.
Yeah, it was like your green screen's little
Yeah. If I get the camera, yours is still a Blaze.
Blaze.
So, if you want to know about anybody with the most disgusting hot take, so my skits and muffler one, yeah, mine's is the Chipotle chocolate.
What?
What the hell is that?
Hold on, if I can get the camera, like, look at that shit. My dad gave me this for Christmas.
Hot take.
I gotta solo you on that. What the heck is that?
Chipotle chocolate.
Chipotle chocolate. Is that even good?
It's kind of good.
Oh my
So-
god.
So I took a
Like a
whiff of this.
sweet-
So okay, so I took a whiff of this thing. It has a very funky smell, and I was scared. So I was at my dad's house during Christmas. They're having a Christmas brunch. So I put it in my chicken and my wings. I took a little dip of it. I don't want to have it drawn. I don't want to eat the whole covered up wings and all this stuff. So I took a bite of it. And I was like, it's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tried it on wings. That's all. That's the number one test.
Yeah.
See. All right, come on, guys. Chat. Everybody in the chat, vote. Which one's your favorite? Voltaire,
Can
Senior
I vote
Nerd,
for
Blue Jay.
myself?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So
let
far,
me just-
there's
let me
like
just
2
look at
votes
the-
for.
Let's see what we
Like-
got.
There's like 2 votes for Voltaire so far.
Oh boy.
Wait, which one's coming from
Don't do
yours?
this.
Blue Jays. There's a half a vote for Blue Jay and half a vote for Senior Dairy because Isaac says I like both Blue Jays and Senior Dairies, but if I had to pick one, it's just okay. Blue Jay. Blue Jay got a vote.
Oh, okay, making some progress up in this bitch.
Okay, good. Hello, guys. Zack Snyder ruining the DC universe. You don't want that.
I think a lot of people agree with you. That's probably why they ended up voting for you. It's like that's not much of a hot take. That's like, yeah, we agree with you.
Oh, okay.
But
The hot take. I think it's hot take if because Axel was there. I saw Axel in the chat, and as soon as I started talking, he's like, "Well, I'm out."
you know,
There,
yeah, yeah. I guess while people are voting in the chat, I will announce who do I want for episode 4 of Hot Takes. Who do I want? I'll tell you who I want. This is going to be it's going to be a wild hot takes. I don't even know if I can keep this under control if I have these 3 individuals on this next one. But you know what? I want to see where it goes. The participants that I want for Hot Takes episode 4, I want RJ, Resident Justice. I want Little Movie Perp.
Oh no!
And I want CJH. Those are the 3 that I want. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane, especially with CJH there. But you know what?
I'm curious about CGH's hot take.
I'm gonna be.
Quiet dude.
Oh my god!
It's going to be nuts because I've seen them on Perp's channel a lot. They've been doing streams together, so I was thinking, it would be interesting to have them on a hot take show. So we had to let that make that happen.
Where's the tally? I just want to see it. It's not popping on Max's chat.
I don't know how to pull up I don't know how to pull up a poll thing. I don't know how to do that on this channel.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I was
Come on, Blue Jay, you should know how you got all those graphics. You don't know how to make a poll?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that.
I will learn. Hopefully, I'll learn how to do it by episode 4. But I don't. So I think the winner, the most votes I'm seeing is for Voltaire. So the official winner of Hot Takes episode 3 is Voltaire. Congratulations.
Am I second place?
You are second place. Yeah.
Oh,
We're
thank
tied
goodness.
with second place.
I've redeemed myself.
Wait, I'm last place.
I got to tell you, it's a lot of pressure coming on here with Blue Jay, the GOAT of Hot Takes. So it's a lot of pressure.
Wait, hold on.
Defeating the GOAT.
My hot takes are pretty tame compared to this guy right over here. So
no, man, you had the GOAT.
That's why I'm the host.
And hey, look, I redeemed myself. Myself.
You
didn't need to.
Yes. Even though you're gonna keep bringing it up like every other conversation we have.
Oh boy.
I'm not the one who took away your black man card when you made that take. That was DL, not me. I thought it was great.
Yeah, because you needed to take it. And, like, come on, bruh. brother, man. Oh.
Nothing's changed.
He had it ready.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm a funny man. I'm a very humorous person.
Sure you are. Well, that will conclude this episode of MME Hot Takes. I want to thank Blue Jay, Voltaire, and Senior Nerd for joining with me this evening. If you guys enjoyed this Hot Takes episode, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to Movie Madison Entertainment and also subscribe to my channel, I am DL. That'd be great. And also subscribe to Blue Jay's channel, Aqua Cinema. I don't know if Senior Nerd or Voltaire has anything, but you'll see them around on MMB and stuff like that. So, but that is all from us, and we will see you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.